So after the attack took place that evening, and after I'd been to the hospital and had stitches in my head, that night Deja and Sarban from Leamington Spa came and sort of visited me to just check on my welfare. And the following week there was another meeting arranged of the IWA at Sheathington Welfare Centre, and Paul and I went. And the story that was still being propagated was that Tara had been attacked, and we're not going to stand for this, particularly them ripping up Lalkar, whether that happened or that didn't happen. So that we need to mobilise and make sure that we don't get attacked like this again. So I says to them that it's all very well saying all of this, but when it comes to it, you don't stand up and fight. You all run off. Yeah, like the case the previous Sunday, where a number of them were sort of found clumbering in telephone boxes, hiding. Yeah, don't be saying now that you're going to be brave lions. Yeah, but when it actually happens, you're nowhere to be seen. So I don't think that was taken too well by the comrades, but it's important for me to say my piece. Yeah. And then I think eventually you returned from Australia, and you tried to figure out what had actually gone on. And then there was some other incidents that happened. One of those was at the Summerfield Centre.
That I will cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back over to you.
Okay. The comrade position was, when I came back, that you are here now and we will better organize and we will repeat it. And I took the position, no. First of all, we have to find out what happened, why it happened, and investigate from the people in the Sikh temple and from other sources. So I started to investigate, and I come to know Ajit Ramewal was with him in Barleycorn. I met him and I asked him what happened in Barleycorn. I met Ajit afterward, after coming back from Australia. I visited Smedhi Gurdwara. No one from any Khalistani sect lay any hand or say any bad thing to me. And I talked to some committee member in the committee room, and actually I found out what happened over there, and I got the story that Tara Singh had the langar, and he came down, and these people who have the ceremony Akhand Path, and Tara Singh criticized them having langar and Akhand Path, and that people are not hungry here, no need to have a langar here. And all this happened that they, when asked that now you had the langar, and they asked him why he was critical of them at Barleycorn. So he was abusive to them. And when he was abusive, and actually he shoved one of their person, and then they shoved him and they snatched his career back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nanak. And the story he also, Tara, fabricated that he went to the Sikh temple to recruit IWA membership. He didn't recruit any membership. All the membership card was there, and it was IWA policy not to recruit inside the Sikh temple. Then I went to Ajit Ramewal. I phoned him. I said I want to come to it, and he stated the same thing, that they were drinking beer, and he unnecessarily criticized them. And not only Jeet, I met several other people from Khalistani side, and I met 2 police persons, and the one, I don't know the other's name, Mr. Sherwood, tall fellow, based at West Bromwich Police Station. And he had the story also verified what happened over there. And his advice was calm down and keep on. I convened the meeting again. Teja was there, Sarpan, and many other comrades was there. And I took the position, we're not going again to distribute leaflets at a Gurdwara. You want to distribute leaflets, sell Lalkar, sell on high streets, sell on Soho Road, and in the community, but not in front of Summerfield Gurdwara or any other Gurdwara. And so I stood my ground, and it was taken note of, and the decision was not to repeat the distribution of Lalkar in front of the Gurdwaras. Let them have their congregation and their propaganda. You do your. So that was the position. Khalistani, we used to put Lalkar at newsagent shops. They went around newsagent shops in Smadik, in Handsworth, and asked them not to sell Lalkar. And from one newsagent shop, Pandit Shukla Durgadat, his shop on High Street, Smadik, next to Joshan. Actually, from there, from the rack, 3 of them came and they took the Lalkar away. And Durgadat Shukla phoned me and said, okay. So I held another meeting and said to them in the meeting, our members, that rather than selling at the state, rather than creating problem for the shopkeepers, just hold on to put Lalkar in the shops. And we did. And then there was some sort of conference at Smadik Gurdwara of the Khalistanis. I was back, and there were a couple of speeches made against me, and Charney reported that one person was saying we should go to Avtar Jouhl's house and set it on fire. And Charney was really scared. And when she returned, he came back. I was at home, and she said, this is what being propagated. I took note and I contacted the police. And I had Sherwood's number. And I informed him that this is being, and they noted it, and they said, we will take care of your house, do not worry. But nobody came from Smedhe Gurdwara, from anywhere else. So that was situation in 1984. Then the tussle and friction continued between the Indian Workers Association and the Khalistanis. The next thing which clash took place, the meeting, one of CPM comrades, Tara Singh Tara, he was killed by the Khalistanis. And CPM, Son, Sandhu, Dardi, and their comrades from Derby and other places. 2 IWA was not still merged, and they organized to pay tribute to Tara Singh Tara, which also our organization did. That was in Summerfield School.
Community centre.
Community Centre. Their organization invited us and asked us to speak at the platform, and our organization took the decision, yes, we will do. We held the meeting, but we had the information that Khalistani are planning to attack the meeting. I informed Son because our organization received the information, and I informed Son this is going to happen, be prepared. Meeting started. Son was chairing the meeting, I was on the platform. Prem Singh from Derby, he was speaking, paying tribute. Khalistani entered the meeting. It could be 20 or more than 20. Daljit Singh Shergill with his child, son, he was there. And while Prem was speaking, one of supposed to be Khalistani, but clean shape, he was a kabaddi player from India. He picked up a chair and he thrown at the table. Son tried to take control, but the other Khalistani started attacking our comrades who were sitting around, and Paul was hit on the head as well. And then I took the mic from Son. I stood up. Shira, Bhagwant, Balwant, and their Derby comrade and others, they were fully
Prepared.
And they were waiting the call. And I gave the call that comrade, they did not, don't let them go now. And within 5-6 minutes, they were badly beaten. Daljit Shergill, he took his son on his shoulder and he hid himself in the ladies' toilet over there. And several of them, they escaped, and some of them who were also badly injured, they escaped. Somebody called the police. We didn't call the police. By the time the police came at the community center, the chairs were organized again and the participants were sitting, and the police asked and that we heard that there was a fight, and we said if a few people came here, they tried to uh, break the meeting, and our comrade took control, and they didn't let them break the meeting. So,
But then they went to the toilet blocks and found them scattered in the toilets,
yeah,
beaten up.
and also they got Daljit out of the toilets as well. We completed the meeting fully, and then finished the meeting. But police was taking name of the people who were present there, because one of them, Khalistani Balwant, told me his skull is broken, and several people, Balwant, Shira, Bhagwant, they informed me that this is what happened and they are badly injured. Some went to the hospital and some didn't go. So we were careful. I didn't come to Paul's house same night. I went to Nuneaton. I stopped at Comrade Surat's house that night because I may be arrested here, because I gave the call from the platform. And I believe it was informed to the police. About 11 o'clock, I received the telephone call. I told Son and Sarban Sota on their phone that I'm going to Nuneaton. If there is need, contact me. Son was picked up by police. Sarban Sota was picked up by police. And one more comrade was picked up by police. Shira, Bhagwant, Balwant, no one, and Derby comrade, no one was picked up. And they were at Ladybull police station. They informed me. I said, did you contact any solicitors? They said, no. I contacted Roberta at home and I informed her this is what happened, and requested her to go to the police station and represent. I gave the names and she did go, and she represented them. She got them out on police bail, that they will come back when you call them back on police bail. None of them was charged of any offense. I came back not on next day. I took day off from work, phoned there, and I stopped in Nuneaton, and I contacted Assistant Commissioner on New Street. His name was Mr. Gupta. And I informed him that this is what Khalistani did to us. He made a note of everything. I said, please contact, because I'm not in Birmingham, Son Sandhu, and he will liaise with you. Mr. Gupta got in touch with the police. When these contacts or information exchange with the police was taking place, on Thursday, Desh Pardesh was published. On the front page, the headline was that whether it was Sikh youth or Khalistanis have beaten the comrades shit out at Summerfield Community Centre and broke their meetings and taught them lesson, all the propaganda which they wanted to. And that was a godsend information to us. So soon, I don't know whether I took or someone took. I contacted Apashik. He had some contact in the police. There was superintendent in the CID. I think both of us, I and Son, went. We took the paper. We gave the paper to him that get you officer translated. This is what they did to us. And also there was some representation from the Indian High Commission. So cut the long story short, the police said to them, I don't know what they said to them. They said to us that please keep you calm, and they didn't charge any one of us, and they didn't charge any one of them. So that was that episode story.